The first of hopefully many. I'm Adam, joined here by my brother Mitch, and then Alex in the blue shirt, and Goose in the quarter zip. So really no structure to these podcasts, kind of like a choose your own adventure book, but we are going to give it the attempt here and jump into a little bit of Buffalo Bills stuff. So coming out of 2 Mondays ago, we had the Bills versus the Ravens. And for those of you who didn't watch the game, you missed absolutely nothing as from a Bills perspective. So we jump into that a little bit and discuss the absolute shellacking the Bills took. So
I just think it started off just with Derrick Henry just running that, and it just set the tone for everything. The fact that he just went untouched, I just think the defense was so bad. And they've looked pretty good, and that just carried over to the Texans games, which I know we're talking about here in a little bit, in that first half, because then they looked so good against Houston in the second half. But that just completely set the tone, and I don't know they were blitzing out like crazy. They just kept switching up the looks, but Bills changed their whole offense from the week before. They were doing a lot of motions and this and that, and they haven't done any of that the last 2 weeks.
Josh has been in the shotgun single back quite often. No creation.
Not understanding what they're doing.
I saw on Twitter after the game, it was like, have you ever seen a perfect football play? And it was the Henry run out of the gate where every defender had a hat on him by an offensive player. I mean, and Derrick Henry for being, was he 32 now or something like that?
Yeah.
The guy runs like a 25-year-old. He's running away from corners and safeties.
Once he gets out in open space, nobody can catch him.
No, not even bring him down. Catch him.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They showed his top speed. It was almost to the point of Tyreek Hill speed, when he hit, or something. It was 17, 18 miles an hour or something crazy as he was running, which is why the DBs couldn't catch him.
For a 6'3", 235-pound running back who's over 30 and has 2,000 touches on his resume. And to your point, Goose, the offense, it was they took everything they did in the first 3 weeks and threw it out the window. They tried to create a brand new look, and obviously it never got off the ground.
Right. For what? Yeah, exactly.
The commentators were talking about it the week before, and just watching them do the motion ahead, and they're it's getting against the Jags, just showing they're doing this motion. They corner tracks him and the backer tracks him, and it's okay, so Allen knows what the coverage is. He's able to tell what the coverage is pre-snap. And I'm just watching the game against the Ravens. I'm there's no motion pre-snap. They haven't done one single thing pre-snap. And I was just waiting for it. And they didn't do it at all. And Texans game was the same thing. They didn't do it at all.
I don't understand. Well, we bring in, Curtis Samuel to do all that stuff, and he hasn't been, and now he's injured again.
Yeah, he's back on the injury list.
Yep. Yeah.
9 for 13 on the year.
And what did Dawson Knox do? He's not even getting looked at.
Oh, he's less than Samuel.
He hasn't even gotten looked at
in the last 2 games.
No. He's just out there, and he goes out and blocks, and that's about it. He doesn't even he's not even getting looked at.
Kincaid has the most targets. He's got 24 targets, and then Shakir's 19 is the next.
Yeah, that definitely hurt not having him last week, but it's
there's a chance he doesn't play this week.
Yeah.
And Cook.
Oh, and Cook. Oh, I didn't see that. That's not good.
He's got turf toe. Out possibly out this week. Probably a good chance, and then up to 3 weeks.
That's always great when you're about to go to get the Jets that have the interim coach.
Yeah, because everybody, when the interim coach comes in, they always end up winning that game.
They get the
Always. I was
always happens to Buffalo.
Disappointed. Yeah. I was so disappointed when I saw that. I was just
Always
like, no, like keep him for one more week at least. Come on.
It's interesting, right? You take that Baltimore game and they get smashed. Allen doesn't even play in the fourth quarter. The good shot, he got hurt on that flea flicker play, or whatever you want to call it, that stupid trick
Whatever you
play.
want to call it,
Yeah.
stupid trick. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
chance he got
elbow
hurt.
and rocked.
He got wrecked. And then you parlayed that in Houston, where you think, well, at least I thought, Buffalo's coming off their first blowout in 42 games they played in a row without a 6-point or more loss.
Yep.
I was like, oh, they're going to come out hot like fire. Allen never looked like himself, but to the point of Baltimore getting pressure. Houston had pressure the whole game with a much less, at least on paper, talented defense.
Yeah,
I
it was
mean,
a
that
terrible
guy-
pass protection 2 weeks in a row.
El Shakir, or whatever the fuck that middle linebacker's name was. Never heard of the guy before. And then it was like
He had 8
He was
tackles
in on every play.
tackles like halfway through the third quarter, and it
it
was
was
6
Kiko
of them
Alonso
on
from
Cook.
5 years. Like
Yeah.
he was everything. It was insane. And then Goose, you mentioned it earlier. The defense looked like crap at the beginning of the game. Now the Nico Collins touchdown, obviously Bishop didn't know what he was doing, and Douglas thought he was taking the hand. You know what I mean? Douglas thought Bishop was going to cover the guy, and he didn't. But you take that play away, and the second half forces 2 turnovers. They played great defense, but the offense could get 0 separation. Cook ran the ball, I thought, pretty well. He was averaging like 4.5, 5 a carry.
So sorry, I interrupted. Paul's calling me. He's in Sarasota in the hurricane. Sorry.
Yeah. Just traffic camera. Or no. Or mute it.
What's going on?
Are we going to talk about the elephant in the room
See if I can-
of this terrible, like, 3 plays at the end of the game? Like,
Oh,
what are we
God.
doing?
Why
Like,
didn't you
I'm just
run it
sitting
just
here-
a couple of
I'm
times?
sitting here watching the game. I'm like, why are they passing the ball? Like, what are they doing? Like, the Titans have 3 timeouts. Like, fine, but like, make them burn the timeouts. Like, actually, I think I saw like a stat or like some factoid or something from Elias that the Bills are like the only team
45
in
years.
history
Yeah, saw that.
to run 3 straight pass plays, like, or something, like, with like at the last position, like after under like 30 seconds or something. Like, I was like, what are the chances? Like, it's just that was just not even sure what they were
Buffalo
doing.
Bills, bro. I mean, I saw a stat that opposing kickers are 18 for 19 in game-winning field goals against the Bills in the last, 7 years or 6 years, something stupid. It might be since Josh has played, but like 18 for 19.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, and even like when I'm watching like the Giants game too, like every time like they're coming down, they're gonna, the other team's like, oh, we're gonna kick a field goal like at the end of the game. Like, I'm just like, all right, well, this game's over. Like, they're gonna lose because the other team always kicks like, a game-winning field goal. Like, I think a couple years ago, like Jake Elliott kicked like a 60-yarder like to win the game against them, like the Eagles against the Giants. And I'm just sitting there, it's like, what are the chances? 60-yarder. Like, come on. Like some 56, 60-yard field goal, like at the end of the game with like 3 seconds left. So I was like, what the heck? Ridiculous. Annoying.
That's typical Bills football.
Yeah.
I think that back to the Baltimore game though. I think when they went for that trick play, I think that was the turning point. That's like when we were like actually doing pretty well,
Mm-hmm.
and like actually driving down the field, and then do something like that, lose the ball, and just game over.
I didn't understand that play call at that point. Like, it made no sense. Like, I mean, you're driving the ball down.
What you're doing is working.
Just keep going. Like, why are you trying to get fancy? Like, I don't know. And on a disciplined defense like that, it just didn't make sense. Like, on a less skilled defense, like, it would make more sense. But like, Baltimore's defense
They're
is
just
so
good.
Overall, they're just a well-coached team.
Yeah,
like,
they knew it was coming.
They're not the Steelers right now, but like, I mean, they're still pretty much top 5 defense right now in the league. So
Yeah, they've always been a good defense, so I don't think there's ever been a time in their history that they haven't had a good defense.
The long history of the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, right.
Pretty much since I think Ray Lewis is like second year, which is forever ago now. Maybe 99 is his second year, or 2000.
Something like that.
Yeah, it was the late 90s sometime. I can't remember exactly when the Browns moved to Baltimore or whatever. Mid to late 90s sometime.
Yeah.
I remember correctly.
It's it's been forever, but you can always them in Tampa Bay, except for those few years with Jameis Winston, would are like perennial all defense teams. You know, there's always someone there that's nasty. So like Roquan Smith right now, or even Marlon
so
Humphrey.
good, so good.
Oh, yeah.
Even that what you sent us earlier, Alex, like about name is escaping me right now. Those corner there. You sent it in the text.
Oh, Benford. Yeah.
He's so good. Like it's amazing though. Like too, like you think about it, because like a few years ago, like I just remember him like being in the game, like oh my god, like he's getting torched. And
Well,
it just,
and that
he
kind of
just
goes
kept
back
getting
to
better and better.
Tre'Davious. Like if he didn't get hurt the second time, like between him and Benford, I think
Now,
as Tre'Davious being a number 2, Benford would be a number 1. But I think that would have been a great cornerback.
Well, you probably don't give Rasul Douglas.
Yeah.
Trey wasn't
Yeah,
there.
that's valid.
Yeah.
Who also is, turned into someone that Packers obviously didn't want, but like has turned into,
Great asset for us. Yeah.
yeah.
They got Trey White. He's just getting burned all the time. He's like a healthy scratch now in LA, right? Those injuries just didn't do good
He was
for him.
healthy scratch this last game. He got torched twice, real bad. So I don't know. Trey's a weird. I mean, he's had essentially 2 career-ending injuries, and he's fought his way back, especially for a corner. I mean, you can tear your ACL. I feel like as an interior lineman or offense, defense, even a quarterback, and still play. Very few guys get the steps back that they had before that kind of injury, and then you throw in Trey tearing his Achilles too. It's like, holy shit, how can this guy even run? But
I just remember like being at the game when he tore his Achilles and like him just like throwing his helmet down like across the field.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's not good.
no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
So what do we think they need to do to fix this mess, at least right now, knowing when's the trade deadline, week 6 or week
November
7?
5th.
Oh, so we got a little bit still. We got a month. What do we
You get 3.5 weeks. So
Yeah.
They definitely got to add some pieces on defense just to get some more depth, because I've never seen a defense over the last like 3-4 years.
well,
more
Milano's
injuries in
slated
their
to come back
secondary.
mid-November.
Yeah, that's great. I mean,
Yeah.
but I think they need some more secondary help, because I mean,
Raps
Raps hurt.
No, he's back.
He's
Or
back.
is he back? Oh, is he
Yeah.
back?
Oh, is
Okay.
he back? I didn't realize he was back.
Yeah, Raps active.
I bet you
Correct, Springfield.
what do you think about like looking into Hyde coming back? Because like we need somebody else at safety.
For depth. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Lamar's
think
played really well.
Hamlin should not be out there.
I don't know. He's played really well the last couple weeks.
He does what they want him to. That's pretty much,
yeah.
like, they put him in the situation, like, they tell him what to do and he'll do it. But he's not flying across the field and, getting the ball from anybody. That's not happening.
He's playing within himself, which is all in a McDermott defense anyways. I feel like if you play the role that he designs, they've always been a bend, don't break for the last 8 years. McDermott's been there, right? They'll give up yards, but they don't let up a lot of touchdowns, or at least big plays typically. Nico Collins running by in a miscommunications.
Right.
The only big play I think this year.
He's now on the IR.
Yeah,
I mean, they
know
have
he's
been
on
able
the
to
IR,
stop the run the last couple of years anyway. Like they've always, I mean, even though like their stats say they're like one of the best teams against the run, like when you give them a good running back against them, like they just get anytime that I've noticed, they just get torched.
Joe
like
Mixon,
4 or 5
Derrick
yards
Henry.
carry.
It's HN. It's notorious.
They're good
Yeah.
against the run because stat-wise, because Allen has put them in a position that they're scoring so many points that teams are throwing against them. So other teams have to bend in the run.
Yeah, it's lopsided stat.
no one's running in the second half against them typically because we got 24 points by the end of the first half some days, most weeks or some weeks.
Bad call.
I think we're the number one team for backup quarterback usage over the last 4 years. I think I saw a stat there. So
That's crazy.
Not for with a healthy starter.
Yeah.
I mean, with a healthy starter, we're the number one team with backup quarterback usage.
I think what concerns me most about the defense is the amount of conversions teams have had on third downs, third and longs, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or longer to 14, 15. They've converted on stupid plays, screen passes, short slants with blocking laid out in front. Like that's what's most concerning because that they haven't stopped it the last 2 weeks either.
Yeah, I mean, until the second half last week. I mean,
Even then, even then, yeah, I guess they
Yeah.
got the field goal down in the way, but even that they had them at a third down before they kicked the field goal.
Yeah, but that winning field goal, but that was, I don't know what they were doing on that one. Why they had everybody, they only rushed one person.
And they had two safeties 30 yards off the ball.
What were you planning to happen? They just needed to get in field goal range. They're not
They
going
only had
downfield.
9 seconds before the ball was snapped. So you only it's a very tiny window. It was another 13 seconds defense.
Get out of the mindset that kickers are going to kick the ball 50 yards anymore, 55 yards. No, they're hitting 62,
can all do it, except for
63,
Tyler
64s. Yeah, right. Yeah, what a contract
Tyler-
difference that was.
He can't hit 30.
Right.
He's killing me.
Well,
I'd
they
love
bring
to
in
see-
2 kickers a couple weeks ago, and nothing happened with that. I mean, they're obviously they weren't the best kickers, but just end the search.
I'd love to see them bring in. Sam Martin's done well, I think, but I'd like to see them bring in a receiver, and it doesn't have to be Devontae Adams. I'd love Amari Cooper if he could.
I would take Amari Cooper. Yeah,
I would,
They could get
yeah.
a third.
I mean,
his cap hit's very minimal,
Deontay Johnson.
I mean,
and they said that they wanted to get rid of him before the deadline.
a name that might be someone to watch potentially, depending on what the Titans do, is DeAndre Hopkins. Might be. I mean, he's not
He
what
makes me
he
nervous,
was.
though.
He's not what
he's
he was.
coming off a
but
bad
he's
injury.
great route runner, and he catches the ball.
He's
very
not
well.
what he
Even
was,
Calvin
though.
Ridley, though. Calvin Ridley is the same thing, though. They're both of them could go depending on what they end up doing.
I don't
they
think
could end
anybody
up
picks
looking
up
awful.
Hopkins' contract after that last injury.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Well, but Goose is right in the sense that he's going to draw coverage. That's what you need to free up your Shakir's the only guy that gets separation. And
Yeah, but
and
if you can put a number 2 on Hopkins because he's not fast enough to do a route or strong enough to do a cut, what does it matter? You're still going to have a number 1 on your number 2 then, and you're
he's still
in the same
strong enough to do
situation.
it.
I think
He's
that,
got Will
but
Levis throwing to him at this point.
but defenses aren't afraid of anybody on our wide receivers or tight
Not-
ends. So
yeah.
they don't have to plan against anything. So you just need a name. So I guess Hopkins is just a name that's somebody that's out there that they feel like they have to cover.
But you got a guy like Cooper who can wreck a game. Obviously, he's in a different tier than the Hopkins or Deontay Johnson or whatever in the next group. But I mean, teams are playing Kincaid like we used to play Kelsey, or still do probably, linebacker safety every play. He always has 2 guys bracketed on. So that leaves you with safety and 2 corners to cover 3 other receivers. And unfortunately for us right now, Shakir and Mac Hoffmans or Samuel, pick one, aren't easily covered one-on-one, or, they're covered one-on-one. And then you get a safety to help with either, Hollins or whoever the third is, or Dawson.
And right now, Coleman's not winning. I mean, he's had he obviously got that random, obviously the 4th down play, which was more the throw than anything. I mean, that actually got him the way
made the
it
right
was.
turn
'cause
inside.
Yeah. So,
But if you look
I
at the tail end of that Houston game, you had Shavers and MVS in there. So they thought you were spreading the field, and you were moving the ball, no problem.
Shakir was hurt, so that's the only reason Shavers is even playing.
Well, I'm saying, but the Shavers didn't play up until almost the 4th quarter. They changed things up when him and both MVS were both out there. They were actually moving the ball, and that's how they scored right before the end to tie it up.
Yeah, I mean, they got the big play out of Coleman, which is a 8-yard, 10-yard play that went for 50. Because on an effort by Coleman and a really good block by Hollins downfield.
Right. Yeah.
So
I feel like that's why they brought Hollins in. He's just like a blocker.
yeah.
He's kind of like Gabe Davis, yeah. But
Gabe Davis, prior to the second half of last year, could still stretch the defense and catch a ball. He went through that stretch where he wasn't catching as well, obviously. I mean, everyone remembers don't throw him the ball deep anymore. But, and I'm not even talking about that KC touchdown fest that he had in the playoffs. I'm just saying, generally, how many times did he catch a deep ball down the sideline, or he was taller,
The
bigger,
Pittsburgh game.
stronger
The Pittsburgh game. Yeah.
to just take it away from somebody a couple years ago.
But
I
I
mean,
don't think Matt Collins is that guy. Clearly, he couldn't know how to track a ball. Like that's
was-
baseball 101, let alone football 101. Like that's
Unbelievable.
that's multiple sports. Just like, come on.
I was like, as the ball was in the air, I'm like, shift your hips. Because then he kept, as he did this, and I'm like, stop, just fucking turn your hips. You switch the hips, it's going to fall to right here. It's like, what are we fucking doing? And Allen put it up there. It had time. It wasn't like he threw it on a rope and, but going from Diggs, Beasley, Emmanuel Sanders a couple years ago, and Knox when he was involved, to last year, Diggs, a rookie Kincaid, Davis, and Shakir. Last year, it's like you've taken, even at his age, Emmanuel Sanders was still getting open. And that's a product of Diggs drawing coverage, and it's a product of Davis being able to run clear outs and keep people open. We just don't have
him
the
and
guy.
Beasley kind of played the same role. I mean, Sanders was a little bit faster. He could stretch the field, but
Beasley was just a separator. He was your great 5 to 7 yard guy, and he was Beasley ran hard, and he always found that little edge to dive through and get an extra 3 or 4 yards when you needed it. Shakir's that guy.
Yeah,
Seems Coleman's not there yet to be even Gabe Davis, let alone Diggs, obviously.
But I don't think Coleman was supposed to be that ever. Like, he came out from the draft not being that type of a receiver.
No,
and it's forcing him into something that he's not.
Well, then why take him at that position then? I mean, I don't understand that then. If you're not you're taking him at that pick, why would you and let him fall at that point? If he's not a top or number one receiver for you in the future, then why would you take him then?
Well, he could be down the road, but he doesn't know enough. Yeah.
No.
I mean, case in point, he got hit in the back of the head with a fucking football because he didn't read the same thing Josh read at the line of scrimmage. If he reads what Josh reads, he's catching a ball right here for a 5 yard gain minimally.
Right.
If he doesn't break a tackle or whatever. But it's a 5 yard gain instead of getting fucking concussion. Because Josh throws it with some fucking pace.
Yeah, I mean, I get it's an investment. Coleman's an investment. He's probably going to be
3 years down the road.
Yeah, right. But Josh is in prime now, so that doesn't really help us. We need that solid first round pick.
We all thought that they were undermanned in the receiver corps. As much as the everybody eats mentality is, it's a good mentality to have in the sense that no one's going to be jealous or greedy, but you still need guys who can make fucking plays. Allen was under 30% completion.
Yeah, $8 million a year and has 48 yards on the year, 5 games in receiving.
Was that Samuel?
Yeah.
No, well, what does Knox have? He's getting a $30 million contract.
Right.
He's a fucking lineman.
He's a lineman. He's got a lineman contract.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, looking into the Jets coming up on Monday. New coach, Aaron Rodgers looks like he's washed, but a hell of a defense.
Always.
So I think it could be one of two tails here for Buffalo coming up. It's going to be the same team that played the last 2 weeks with added injuries, or a turnaround with maybe a new style from Brady. Who knows? Maybe a little bit more hurry up offense.
Josh's brain work?
Yeah, there's that too. A little smelling salts would be all right.
He was 100% fucking knocked out.
He was sleeping on the field.
There was a video. There's another video. If you look, he's kicking his feet on the ground several times as they rolled him over. So he wasn't knocked out.
Well, I'll tell you what, before they got to him and rolled him over, So I saw them turn his
Yeah,
body.
that's possible. But when they got to them,
fucking-
he was not knocked out.
my boy was pay the fuck owed. Josh, he hits the ground and most of the time he'll just roll over and stick his arms up to get picked up or whatever. And his head tucked when he hit that ground and it dragged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He was,
Well, and that could be a result of the hit on the flea flicker from Baltimore the week
just
before.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, "There's a good shot." He was concussed from that fucking hit.
Yeah.
But Josh, it fucking
Smelling salts,
Smelling
smelling salts,
smelling salts like it was an oxygen
I mean,
mask.
I was the one bitching about Tua and like he should not be playing again, And then, that's the
Well,
most hits
Tua's
in
was
one
a little
game
bit
that
more
Josh has
intense than
taken all season or in his career in one game was against Houston.
Yeah. Well, Tua's was more intense in terms of
Oh yeah,
physical
Well,
response.
and he's had
Okay.
much more or many
More
more of
hits.
them, more intense hits too.
Yeah.
And Josh is a lot bigger than Tua.
Fucking Josh.
But what's
It was
crazy, I think, is that Tua is
crazy.
the only one that can run that Miami offense.
Apparently,
They look
No.
like shit.
Terrible,
Oh my
terrible.
God.
Yeah.
it's
Right.
crazy watching. They ended up scoring right to make it 15-10 was the final of that game,
Yeah.
and I was thinking to myself, if Tua's in that offense, they scored 15 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Healthy Tua, obviously, but
Right.
like they were a team that can drop 40 on you in a flash.
Well, by the
Waddle
time
doesn't
we
even
play
have
him
a
again,
touchdown.
Tua is going to be back. So
Sure, I mean we can beat Tua.
Maybe.
I'm just saying, as far as other teams go,
well,
they were one of those teams that were going to be dangerous. I was never in on the Jets, but I was always in on the fact that Miami will beat the piss out
Yeah.
of the bad teams.
I didn't think
They're
I
never
didn't
gonna
think the
drop a
Jets
game
were
they're
going to
not
be
supposed to.
a contender for the East. I always thought it was going to be us in Miami. Not a big believer in Rodgers, but coming back, we're playing Miami in Buffalo mid-November.
We'll be fine.
So
As long
I
as
think we'll be all right.
as long as
it's
Josh,
already 50
and
degrees
Cook
outside,
are fine.
45 degrees outside right now. So
yeah, right.
Still cold today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's the game going, Goose?
It's 2-2, top of the eighth, Stanton's up, 1 out.
freaking Cleveland
on.
is killing me.
Yeah, they suck right now.
Get out.
They can't
Just clapping
put an
some-
offense
Yeah,
together.
just-
They can't put
And
hits
just hit a
together.
home run.
Oh, nice.
Shut out back-to-back games. And lose one at home too. Like that hurts.
Well, and even if they win next game, they're facing what's his name, Kirko or some shit.
Kirk, yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna beat the piss out of them.
I mean, it's do or die.
Yeah. Bills. What's your prediction for the Bills game? What's the score, Goose? Bills Jets Monday night.
Man, score. I actually kind of think it's going to be a little low. This Jets defense is really good, but I don't think their offense is going to do anything because Nathaniel Hackett's got to be the worst offensive coordinator ever.
Well, we've been there, done that. Can't
I'd
hack it.
probably say, 20. 21-18.
Who's winning?
Point. I don't even know.
I thought we were
Don't
just
even
doing
know.
scores.
I don't even know.
Way to commit, Goose.
Don't even know. Don't even commit.
Someone's winning 21-18.
I would say, I actually do think the Bills might sneak it out or whatever, but because I just think the Jets' offense is just so bad.
Well, this is just such a pivotal game for Buffalo in the division,
Yeah,
especially coming off of 2 losses.
If you can believe the fact, like the both of them have played so bad, and this is, first place determining to some extent. Like whichever team wins is in first place. I mean, I know the Bills are already in first place, but like the Jets are only 1 game behind.
It'll swivel.
So
About Robert
Go ahead, Mitch.
Who are you picking?
I said it.
He said
Oh.
the Bills are going to squeak it out.
Oh, Bills are going to squeak it out. All right. Sorry, I missed that. My bad.
Mitch, what's yours?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 24-17. Buffalo. think Josh is going to have a decent game. We're going to have to have a few scrambles, big play scrambles here. I think defense-wise, bend don't break for the win.
Alex, what about you?
I'll say 24-14. I think the Bills will be able to do it. I don't think Rodgers is going to be able to pull it out. I think what he's going to end up doing is force feeding just one receiver the entire time, and then getting fucked over.
He's got Lazard. I mean, hey, he's got his boy.
Yeah,
in the red zone, that's been his guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson's got him there, but Lazard's been his touchdown scorer.
Yeah, as long as they hand the ball off to Brees Hall in the red zone.
I'm gonna take a stab here and go vintage Josh, and I'm gonna say 33-17 Buffalo. Josh gets 2 passing and a rushing touchdown, and
I think he's gonna get one rushing.
Close. It's close for the first 3 quarters, and I think it'd be like 21-17 or 17-17, something like that at a certain point in the game, and I think then Buffalo pulls away, hopefully. That being said, if Shakir's out again...
Shakir and Cook.
Yeah. I don't know if they're out. They're not listed as out yet. So they're both questionable. If Shakir is out again, then it's 17-13 Buffalo. So, I think they need Shakir's hands and capability in the lineup for them to be the offense they used to be.
Well, and I think Gabe Davis is getting paid $1.3 million right now.
Yeah, it's all incentives. It's his whole contract's all incentives.
I mean, make an offer. He knows the offense. I'd take him over Rollins, to be honest.
4th round.
If
Devontae's a 2,
maybe unless.
And I don't fuck. What are we gonna do with a 4th rounder on this roster?
Yeah, I'd say 5, but I am 5+.
Sure, take a 5. Take a 5 and the contract.
You can take an undrafted free agent, huh?
He doesn't seem to be very happy in Jacksonville.
Well,
right?
no, he does not. Him and Trevor had it out on the sidelines, so
I saw that.
Yeah,
breaking a tablet. But,
all right.
You want to talk some golf?
Yeah, let's talk golf real quick.
Yeah.
So, long story short, Mitchell and I went down to Florida last week, Tuesday through Friday, with my uncle Fran and our cousin Jake, and so we flew into Orlando on Tuesday. We got in at about 10 after 1, grabbed our stuff and went to the hotel, dropped a couple things off, and then we had a 3:30 tee time. This was, fortunately for us, it didn't...
Work.
What are you doing, Mitch?
I have work. Sorry.
What are you doing? This fucking guy. Click mute on the screen. You don't have to do it on the mic. Oh my God. Anyways, 0 for 2 with Mitch tonight. So anyways, long story short, it was a thunderstorm when we got out on the golf course, but there was no rain on us. It was near us, but not on us, right? Like you could see it raining in the distance.
Florida rainstorm.
Yeah. So, but I will tell you right now that it was very loud, the thunder, and you could see the lightning flash. The first day was me and Mitch. We did 2-man scrambles for all 3 rounds of golf. First day was me and Mitch versus Jake and Fran. Mitchell's a better golfer than I am. And so is Jake. So it was good. Uncle Fran's much better around the greens than I am. And I think I'm better off the tee and with irons than he is, but his around the greens is much better than mine, right? So anyways, first day, like I said, lots of thunderstorms during the round. We got the thing on the cart that said, suspend play or play at your own risk. So we didn't let Uncle Fran see that, canceled that real fast and kept playing. So Mitch was pounding the ball off the drive. And we won. I don't know if there was a highlight really of that round necessarily.
No, just me.
Mitchell played well the whole time. I made a couple shots here and there, nothing crazy. But Mitch pretty much carried us.
I played pretty consistent the entire week, which is nice. I mean, I had some struggles here and there, but nothing crazy.
So we won 2-1, which means we did it by hole. So you could, no matter what your score was on the hole, you could only lose the hole. So they could have got an 8, we could have got a 3. We're not up 5, we're only up 1 for the hole. So we were up 2 holes with 1 hole left, and that's what we ended up having that last hole. So we won. Next day, we went fishing in the morning. We took a little charter on the Disney property itself.
Yeah,
Bass fishing boat.
something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. Worked there for quite a few years and never even got the chance to. So, and I was a little disappointing, but I enjoyed myself. It was
We
a
had
little
a good time.
disappointing.
It was a 2-hour trip.
The amount
We
of
didn't
fish.
catch that many fish for the first hour and 20 minutes.
Well,
Like I bet you we only caught
for hearing
5
for hearing stories about catching 130, 60, 80, and we finished with what, 17?
17 we had, and that the last 10 of them or 12 of them were in the last 30 minutes.
Right.
And not it sounds stupid, and it kind of was. They're all near the dock. So like we went out into a larger section. If you've ever been to downtown Disney or Disney Springs, they have the big pot, the big water there. So we were out there for the first bit, 1 fish for like 40 minutes. And then we went to another spot. We caught a few, nothing crazy. Then we got back to the dock. I have some pictures. But my cousin Jake caught, the guy said he was about 6.5 pounds, which is a big ass bass. Jake won the most fish, the first fish, and the biggest fish. So Jake with the fucking sweep. And then we went golf that afternoon. It was me and Jake. Mitch and Uncle Fran won 2-1 in that one. So it was very competitive the whole time, which was nice. They were up 4 holes. At one point, we brought it back to 1, and then we blew up on 17. We both hit our drives into the woods, so they won. And then Thursday, we went to Epcot, and we were there the whole day from 8:30 until, I want to say we left sometime around 6 or 7. It was before the fireworks and stuff, but
Yeah.
we were there all day. They had a drink in every country. I did not. I don't drink like that anymore. I still had, I think, 7 or 8 drinks total, but
Quite a few drinks. So to recap, 10
Welcome back.
a.m. we had a Yingling. Sorry, work. I have National Grid cutting off the gas in my hotel right now, and it'll be out for the next 2 hours and back at midnight. So, so we started with a beer, Yingling, at 10 a.m. at a cart outside the countries. We went to Mexico,
Canada.
no, Canada. Yeah, we got the red apple, sweet apple, something like that, and met my uncle at the back of the countries. Went to England or the pub, the UK.
Yes.
Circled back to Mexico. Had some margaritas. I had a was it there? I had the margarita there, or was that at the wing? Yeah,
The margarita.
spicy margarita.
No, that was later. That was back.
That was at the wing place. Oh yeah, had a lot of drinks that day. So circle around the countries, and
Except for Morocco, you had a drink in every country.
yeah, every country, and then so feeling good. There's their idea to go play mini golf.
Well, real quick, Mitchell gets, there's a special tequila bar inside of the Mexico Pavilion. It's always a wait, and it's expensive, and it's whatever. So they wanted to go, it was just me, him, and Jake. So I'm like, oh, I got it. No big deal. I'll get the round. So we go and they pick, well, first Mitchell picks this drink. He's like, oh, I want that one. I go, you want the $40 drink? He's like, oh, fuck, I didn't realize it was $40. So then he's like, not scrambling, but, you go to take a pick quickly. So then he looks at the thing. He's like, oh, I'll have this one. So it has he thought it was a mango or a habanero infused salt, because they do salt.
like
on
the rims. Yeah.
It was so he orders it. I'm like, that's going to be hot. He's like, oh, it's just the salt. I can get rid of it. No big deal. I go, it's the rum. It's a habanero infused rum. And it had a tequila.
I was like,
in it,
no, it's a salt. It's a salt.
Like, what the fuck you talking about, Adam?
I'm at least 12 drinks in, mixing
What are you
beers,
talking about, big brother?
sake,
Yes.
you name it, rums, tequilas.
too. Yeah. So I give him, he gets his
Just
drink.
salt.
He
Just
takes a
salt.
sip and he's like, ooh, this is hot. And I was like, that's going to be a mistake. You've had 10 fucking drinks. And you had sushi and you had all this other stuff.
Indian, yeah.
Indian
we went
food, yeah, we
to
had curry
everything,
or
yeah.
chicken tikka masala or some shit. And then
Wouldn't have
So
wanted to
we're-
been in that bathroom
so
next day.
so it's probably a 4 or 5 minute walk from Mexico to this place that had wings. Like it's a little pavilion area with a sit down. So I was like, well, let's go check out the wings. Like you're in a place like that. Let's go see what they got. So in the 3 minute walk, Mitchell's just breathing like his mouth's on fire. He's like that fucking the whole
It was
time.
hot.
He's like, I gotta
It-
throw it away. I'm like,
It
"Then
tore
throw
me
it away."
up. Well, no, I didn't throw it
Fine.
away until we were inside and sitting down. Thank you.
Well, I went to the wing spot
Yeah.
and we ordered peanut butter and jelly
peanut
wings.
butter. Oh, they were delicious.
They were
Very,
really-
very good. Like I could probably eat some right now. I'm like 12.
Yeah. They were
Yeah.
super good.
Yeah.
And then he threw away his drink. And then my cousin Jake is sitting there. Jake
I have a
is
video. I have a
Yeah,
video.
Mitchell's got a video. I'm going to crop it into
Yes.
this video here. So,
Rocking.
and he's just rocking. And he's just,
Let's go again.
yeah. So I'll clip that into here. That'll be great. He'll love that.
Oh, so he was worse than he was at the campfire that one night.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he was just sitting there
but
like,
in a great mood, like chilling,
Obviously,
ready to
yeah.
go. Like
Yeah.
where we go next? It's time. All right, I'm ready. Whatever. just point and shoot. Like we're good to go.
So we ended up leaving Epcot a little while later. We met Uncle Fran for another drink at the hotel bar. Then we walked over to mini golf, and there was a point system for the whole trip. And mini golf ended up, was a point for winning a round of golf, and we put a point.
Well,
on mini golf.
we did dinner at El Molino's.
That was the night before.
You sure? That's the night we
How's it
went.
good?
We made it for an 8:15 reservation.
First night was Benihana's. Second night was El Molino's. Third night we went back down to Benihana's and had we ate at the bar,
That was after mini golf, yeah.
like I said, and
Yeah, but why would we been over there if we were? Why would you been over there? Fear it up.
because we went to the Swan and Dolphin to meet Uncle Fran at the bar. Remember?
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. I drank a lot. I tell you,
Trying to question me if you know.
You're
You know that
arguing with
now.
it's all coming back.
they're arguing with him.
Idiot. So we go to mini golf. Uncle Fran wins because I missed a putt by a quarter of a ball roll. Mitch was never in contention.
Drunk.
By far the worst.
But what they
you
did
worse
was,
than Jake.
so I'm up 2 now. I'm up 2 points right now because I won the first 2 days matches.
So
So
not
what they
up to,
did
he
is,
has to. Yeah.
yeah, I have 2. What they did was they turned this into a point to take advantage of me.
He stopped. And then the last day, so we do mini golf. Uncle Fran wins. We pour Jake and Mitch back in their hotel rooms. We golfed the last morning. We went out at 8 at the Lake Buena Vista course. It was me and Uncle Fran. And I will be honest with you, based on the way we had played the rest of the previous part of the rounds, we were a very heavy underdog. And we beat the piss out of them. We fucking beat the piss out of them. It was
They both decided to play the best rounds of their lives on the exact same day. On
It
a
was great.
course, on a course
when you guys
that
were
was
both
underwater. Underwater.
it was
It was
difficult.
horrible.
It
I
poured
was
the night
hungover.
before.
I was hungover. Jake was hungover. It took us 9 holes
Right.
to wake up. There was no glizzies at the turn. We
That's
were at
true.
disadvantage all day.
No, but
Disadvantaged.
but
But you,
go ahead, Goose.
no, that's kind of on you guys, the not handling yourself properly that before.
That's what I
Listen,
said. That's on you for not being able to handle your liquor.
They drugged
you guys,
me.
You
I'm
guys
pretty
get-
sure they drugged me.
You guys, when you day drink,
They slipped me a
that's why
roofie
you
in
stop at
Norway.
8 o'clock. That's why you stopped drinking at 8 o'clock.
Well, so they got
after the
beers
fact-
out of the gate. They got
Sushi
beers.
at nighttime.
But
It's a bad
that-
idea.
there was 2 highlights for me on that round. One was mine. On the, I think it might have been the 8th hole. It was a par 5. Hit my. I started teeing off with a 3-wood because I couldn't keep the fairways were relatively tight, and I couldn't keep my driver in the fairway. So I'm hitting my 3-wood about 230-ish, 240 sometimes, whatever. But I hit a good one. Hit a good second shot to be about 90 yards out. We played my second shot. And then my third shot, I hit a wedge onto the green to about 6 feet, and it rolled right in the hole. So I eagled. It was my first time I've ever gotten an eagle.
Solo eagle, yeah, it was a
solo
nice shot.
eagle, which was nice. So that was cool. And then Uncle Fran, we were 50, 60 feet from the hole. And I hit a nice putt up to maybe 4 or 5 feet, enough that it's a makeable second. And it was to win the hole. And it was
win
right
the
after
match.
we had just shit the bed on the 9th hole. I'd eagled that one hole. And we took 7 on the next hole, which was fucking terrible. It was par 4. So it was to cut some momentum off. And Uncle Fran buried this 55 whatever foot shot.
Anytime we were up a stroke,
Boom.
and they were 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, sometimes even closer or worse. They were chipping up to within inches of the hole or sinking it from 30, 40 feet out. And we just couldn't win. Like we weren't playing bad golf by any means. Like Jake kind of quit out at the end when we were down by 4. But
they lost by 4 or 3.
No, we lost
3.
by 2. Lost by 2.
Have the card.
Yeah.
For the kid who can't remember where we went on night.
For the camera. Pull it out. I was hungover, but I wasn't drinking at that point. Anyways, we skipped 18, so we took that as a win, and you conceded. You won by 2.
See that 3 there?
Would you mark down for 18? No,
3.
you conceded the holes.
Anyways.
But yeah, no, they just played lights out, and I've never Adams. That's the best I've seen him golf in a long time. Yes. And my Uncle Fran, even in tournaments, like he's always been a great golfer growing up. I mean, age has caught up a little bit, but even in tournaments, he doesn't play this good. That's good. In a scramble, and he's a good golfer. Like he used to shoot mid-70s.
Yeah.
Low
so we shot
75
with a triple bogey. We shot 75 for the day, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So, all right. So then we came home. I mean, we walked around Disney Springs. We had some drinks. It was hot as fuck.
2 or 3 outfits a day. Yeah.
We made it back. So we're gonna try to do it once a year. Get everybody down somewhere. Next time it won't be Florida. It'll be Georgia, Tennessee, Maryland,
Texas,
you know what I mean?
Arizona, something like that.
Yeah, we'll bounce around hopefully. But all right. So that was the golf trip. We had a good time. So what I want to do real quick, or not so quick, is I want to do that blind ranking. So I want to start with Alex, so Goose can catch the 9th inning. So Alex, the point of this, you're going to get 5 quarterbacks, 1 through 5. I'll do the edits here in post. But so I have a random generator on my phone of all the starting NFL QBs, and you are going to pick who, what, where your ranking is. This is overall, however you want to rank. If you can rank it as better pure passers, you could just tell us how you want to rank it. You can rank it as guys you'd hook up with, whatever your thoughts are. You just put it out there for all of us, and we'll go from there.
The cutest.
All right, so spinning. First one, Sam Darnold.
I mean, he's been doing pretty decent recently. I'll put him at 3.
All right, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Right. Caleb Williams.
I'll put him at 5.
You like nail polish? 5.
Yeah. I'll put him at 5. Yeah.
Little fingies.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray.
Oh shit. I'll go 4.
Okay.
Ooh, even with the deuces run that you just had?
I was curious if he was going to go 2.
Yeah. He just had 64 yarder?
I might have put him ahead of Darnold, but Darnold this year is playing better than
Lights
he
out
ever has.
Yeah, right now he's just playing so good. But now I'm gonna fuck because it's gonna be like
Jalen Hurts.
Deshaun Watson.
Jalen Hurts. Mm-hmm. I'll put Hurts as number 2.
Okay, and the last one, this one kind of sucks. Gardner Minshew.
Yeah, definitely fucking number 1.
It's all that's fast.
So we got Minshew.
Yeah. He's still driving around in a Honda, I think, right?
That means
so.
on your fantasy teams, you have to drop all your quarterbacks to pick up Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
Minshew, Hurts, Darnold, Murray, and what's his face? Caleb Williams. Nice. All right, Mitch, you are up. If I get a duplicate, I'm just gonna move on from them,
Okay.
even though it's a different ranking, whatever. All right. Jordan Love.
Ooh, number 4.
Ooh. Leaving a lot of room at the
Coming
top.
off an injury.
So you're ranking it how? Just by this week?
Just
Or-
by
or-
overall season so far right now. Just
This
how I'm
season.
feeling. Just how
All
I'm
right.
feeling.
Got you. Lamar Jackson.
See, it's a lot of misconception here. Derrick Henry has a great game, and Lamar Jackson goes up in the MVP rankings. I don't understand it. I'm going to go with number 3.
Okay. DJ, Daniel Jones.
Oh, hard number 5.
Have you seen his?
Is
just
there
throwing it out there. Have
150
you seen
here?
everything the last 2 weeks?
Listen, I'm okay with putting him at 5. He can easily be at the bottom of the list, whatever quarterback list he's on, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you have him behind Lamar, which is fair. And Jordan Love, which is also fair.
Right.
But
Yeah.
holy fuck, who's going to be in front of him?
All right, well,
Geno Smith.
yeah, he's good number 2. In the first few weeks.
That Daniel
Last
Jones
few
just
weeks.
beat him.
Last few weeks, he didn't play
Daniel
so
Jones
great.
just beat him.
Throwing it out
Yeah,
there.
it was a fight to the end.
The defense in that game.
The Giants got 7 or 8 sacks.
Yeah, well, that's not him. That's his offensive line. Anyways,
Last
let's
one.
move on. Last one.
Brock
Come on,
Purdy.
Josh. Yeah, solid number 1. Come on, guys.
I don't know.
He's
Minshew's
looked
way
good the
better
last
than
couple
that.
weeks.
Big Brock. Come on, guys. Come on.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Matthew, you ready?
Yeah, commercial.
Perfect.
Gardner Minshew.
Perfect timing. Speed right through it.
Justin Fields.
5.
5. Okay.
Oh.
Jaden Daniels.
1.
MVP talks. 1?
I'll go
Wow.
2. 2.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey,
Check that real
he's
quick.
killing it so far. I can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
shit on the guy.
I don't disagree,
Doing really
but I wouldn't
Patty
go 1
Mahomes-
as fast
Patty
as you
Mahomes
did.
and Josh Allen haven't been said yet.
Joe Burrow.
I'd imagine.
Joe Burrow.
I mean, his stats right now are insane.
Inflated the last 2 games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That
Well, there's only been 5
disagreeing.
games.
Probably
Well,
go 3. I'll go 3 right now.
Their true offense came to shine first 3 weeks.
All right. So where do you
Well,
have?
three.
Where do you have him, Goose?
3.
All right. So 2 is Daniels. 3 is
Mm-hmm.
is him. Okay. We had him. Kirko Cousins.
Ooh.
We'll go 4.
Coming off his best week of the season.
Mm-hmm.
4.
Best week of his career.
You got it. Bo Nix.
That's my play call. My play call.
Yes. That stinks. No, it is what it is. I'll take Bo Nix right now over Gardner Minshew.
Fuck no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but you're gonna you got 5s open, right?
You have 5 open still.
No, I put Fields there.
Yeah, Fields was 5.
So Fields at 5. Who's at 4?
So then you have 4 open.
Kirk was
Kirk
yeah.
was
Kirk was 4.
3 was Fields. 2 was Burrow, and 1.
No,
is-
3 was
no.
3 was Burrow. 2 was
Jaden
Daniels.
Daniels.
Jaden Daniel. Yeah, Daniels.
Yes, yeah.
Daniels.
And 1 is Bo Nix, which is
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. Right.
All right, I'll hit mine real quick.
I should have hit just stuck with
I'll
Daniels.
take
at
Brock
1.
Purdy over.
Yeah. Trevor Lawrence is my first one, and T-Law is going. Touchdown Jesus is going to number 4. my
Ooh,
list.
the prince that was promised.
The fact that Nick Wright likes him
I
puts
can't stand
him
it.
lower
Yeah,
and lower
exactly. I 100% agree.
on my list. All right, so I got him at 4. Next one, Aaron Rodgers, 5.
Oh,
5.
5 for A-Rod.
Wow.
I mean,
He's
if I was
old.
going career,
He's old.
if I was going career, then A-Rod's up
Yeah.
there, obviously, but he's not. Matt Stafford, 2. There's a couple guys above him, and we've taken a couple guys off the board. You know what I mean? With Daniels, Lamar, some of
Minshew.
those guys.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
he doesn't have
Minshew.
anyone to go to right
Yeah.
now.
Minshew's mustache.
I forgot about that guy.
CJ Stroud.
Oh, second half shutdown.
Is CJ Stroud a product of his receivers?
No.
Yeah,
I say yes.
I think so.
I say yes. He
No.
was into a good team that was built for him. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I say yes.
No.
I'm going to put him at 3. So I got 2, 3, 4, 5. So my next guy is the number
You're
1.
number 1.
Let's see who. Baker Mayfield.
Hey,
Ah,
that's
that-
not terrible. That's not
Hey,
terrible.
He's not bad.
Right
That's-
now,
no,
right now. I mean, him and Kirk went
Yeah,
at it last
at least he's a
week.
starter.
I mean, they just
That's yeah. At least it wasn't Drake May.
Minshew's not even starting anymore.
No.
I can't believe. Yeah, I can't believe. I don't really like that decision by the Pats. So just keep going what you're doing. Like
Let me learn instead of
that
getting.
may just sit there. I mean,
All right.
that whole report about like that the whole locker room is gonna like have a mutiny or whatever. It's like really, no, just crazy.
Yeah.
You're in the game. Like you actually almost won the other day. Actually,
Yeah.
I can't believe they
Yeah.
lost against the Dolphins, but
It's
they almost
crazy that
won.
their defense is as good as it is. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not crazy because Gerard Mayo's a defender, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
but they are with a decent offense, like a mid-level offense, ranked 20th in the league. They'd be 4-1 right now, probably.
You know a topic we didn't talk about real quick?
What?
Sean McDermott and his play calling on the goal line.
Oh, we talked about that.
yeah.
Oh, was that
You were on the
disappeared?
You went on the call.
Oh,
yeah, you took
all
the
right,
call.
all right. I'll have to watch my own video.
And
But
that's not really.
I need
Sean
you to say
McDermott.
that's on me, like Sean
Yeah.
McDermott would. That's on me.
Oh, that's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
I
Yeah.
suppose
You know,
McDermott's got to
we
get
got
on
to look at the
on
tape
mic
and
say, like, hey,
we'll have to see
let's
what
run the
happened
ball
there.
here.
Yeah.
It's kind of on Joe
45
Brady though.
45
He's
years.
calling the calls.
45, 65, 45, something like that. How many years
Yeah.
it was that nobody ever ran the ball 3
Oh,
times?
yeah,
in a row?
you're saying that, Adam. Yeah.
I'm going to let you watch the first 11 minutes of the podcast.
All
no,
right.
it's yeah, no, it happened exactly when you went off with Paul.
No.
Um,
Oh, he's doing all right. By the way, he's in the eye of the storm currently. He is 6 miles off the coast of Siesta Key, which is now completely underwater and destroyed.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So he's had gusts up to 128 miles an hour at his place. Currently, there's nothing, and they'll get back with the swoop back. They'll get up to about a Category 2 on the backside.
so did it. I thought it wasn't making landfall until tonight at like
No.
2 a.m.
No, it already made landfall. It was moving at a little bit accelerated speed, a little bit northeast, so it went a little bit higher than they thought. So good for him. He went south a little bit, 6 miles or so. And but I mean, Tampa, the videos out of Tampa, the videos out of Siesta Key are just crazy.
Yeah, everything's just getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Well,
and then there's all
everything-
debris
Ah,
from
yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's it. That stuff's flying around at 150, 160 miles an
Jesus.
hour. That's the stuff that's causing the real damage, let alone, just the winds and the trees and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That and the surge, like the sea, like the surge, like the water surge and stuff. Like that's what causes most of the damage.
Yeah, storm
They
surge.
have, yep, they have.
Thank you. That's the word.
Like he has a pool in the back of his house, an in-ground pool that's completely flooded and up about 6 to 8 inches over the top of the
Yeah,
pool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
So
lives right on a pond, and filled with crocodiles and that kind of stuff. So should be interesting.
Yeah,
it's supposed to
hopefully-
pass through by like 2 a.m. or something.
hopefully everybody down there does all right. I know
Yeah.
I'm helping support.
Mike Bright.
Oh, he's down there.
No, Mike Bright is doing truckloads. He's driving down himself and sponsoring another truck, collecting supplies and stuff and driving down.
That's cool. That's cool.
very
I was going to say for work, I'm partnered with 2 of the MPPs down in the Southeast. MPP's market people partner. It's essentially HR business partner for my job. And it's I'm gonna be doing wellness calls and stuff like that pretty much tomorrow and Friday, Saturday. So not to end on a down note there, but was there anything else besides Alex going into the cold plunge that we wanted to add to this
No.
conversation tonight?
Not so much.
No. All right.
Get
Well,
into it. Get into
Greg's-
it. You'll feel better.
Yeah. I'll go do that right away.
I don't know that. Yeah, but,
Right, yep. It's right on the list of things right before I go to bed. Just
and I'm dying.
No, you don't want to do it. You do it in the morning. In the morning.
You're like, Jen, I've never felt my heart beat in my toes before.
that shit is painful. I don't know why do you guys do that? Does it really do you really get used to it? And you're like, this is really a good time.
I mean,
really
there are
enjoy
times.
everything.
I still get in, and I'm like, oh wow, this is. You get out, and you're like, oh wow, that was cold. But you just feel so good during the day. Like, I don't know. I always feel really good when I get out of it.
I shifted.
No desire.
I shifted Goose instead of doing it at like 6 a.m. when Felicia does it. I do it now, especially days that I'm home. Obviously, that's really the only time I could do it. But I do it now around like lunchtime, 11 or 12, and it gives me there's no afternoon lag now, where I was getting tired around 2 or 3 o'clock because I had been up for 8 or 9 hours already, and most nights I go to bed around midnight or so. So instead of waking up extra early to do it, I do it in early afternoon or late morning, and I've been reaping more benefits, at least for alertness. But Alex, to your point, I'll tell you what, it's crazy the difference in degrees. You get into it at 56 degrees, and you're like, first time, 100%, I was like, holy shit, this is cold. But now if I get in at 56, I'm like, this isn't. Yeah, it's cold when the first 10 seconds, 15 seconds, but I'm fine. But when I can get it down to 50, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, I set my timer for 8.5 minutes, and I'm like, this is fucking cold. And then I get out, and I still get like the tremors, the shivers afterwards for a little bit. So a different experience the lower you get, obviously. I think Goose sets his at 50, right, Goose?
Yeah, we have ours at 48.
Yeah.
So,
I know.
So we set it at 48 and do it at 48.
Maybe I have to do what you're doing, Adam. Just do it at 11 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of the school.
Well,
yeah.
You have the big thing, Alex.
Set it up right there.
Yours was definitely way too cold for the first time. Like, you
Thanks for the
definitely
heads
usually
up
want
now.
to start. Well, you definitely want to start.
You
at
just gotta
like
get good, kid.
50
Get
degrees.
good.
It's kind of tough to control. Like in that.
Well, we just threw fucking 20 pounds of ice in.
Just gotta get better at the beer pong game.
You want to start at like
I gotta
60
get better.
degrees
I'm gonna start practicing for next time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we didn't give you no socks or nothing, too. That's a good rookie starter because your feet actually, even now, once in a while, if I get down there, your feet hurt more.
One of
than
the biggest
anything else,
sensory areas.
at least for me.
Yeah.
My
I'll be
feet-
honest, everything fucking hurt. It wasn't just my feet. So
It's usually my hands. Like if anything, like it took me forever to actually put my hands all the way in because I used to like have it like my hands out here.
I've
Because
definitely
they
done
were
it
just-
for 8 minutes like this. Just
they were so cold. So I actually started like tucking them in like my knee, like because like how mine is like I sit down and I'm actually like sitting and my knees are up. So like I've just got my hands in between my knees and that's just where I sit them and I'm fine. But for
Speaking
a long
of
time, it took me a while.
So speaking of getting hurt, can we talk about the Steph Diggs accusations here real quick? About Blake Griffin and him trying to drug him.
Was that Blake Griffin?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
hear
remember
that.
it was
that.
Blake
I didn't hear
Griffin.
this.
I thought it was a
Chris.
guy. I thought his name.
Chris. I think it was
The
Chris.
name might be different.
But
I did see that online that this guy accused Diggs of drugging him.
Sorry, Chris Blake Griffin. My apologies. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like the
Different guy. Yeah.
I missed that one.
No longer basketball player. I think he's retired.
Fuck. Go Oklahoma, go Boomer Sooners. But yeah, that he had allegedly drugged this guy and tried to have sex with him against his will, which is always a strong move.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a possibility.
So,
I mean, and then him and Cardi B.
yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what happens when you troll the Bills. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Maybe that's why somebody posted online about that's why Allen and Diggs had an issue. Is that Diggs was trying to fuck him?
Justin want to get fucked.
Oh man, what
I
a
actually
mess.
saw that today, and I didn't figure as to what they were talking about. I was like, I don't know. Like I was like driving today, and like different, and I was just like seeing things like, oh, okay, not paying attention.
Unreal.
Yeah, I don't. Well, you got that, and then not only was it Cardi B, but allegedly 2 other women who are dating rappers, and it was like they're not even. Someone said you're not even messing with like singers, regular singers, they're
Right.
gangster ass rappers, and he's hooking up. It's like ACL is not the type of. Not he's gonna have to worry about tearing an ACL. He's gonna have to worry about getting shot.
Yeah.
That's a crazy situation. So, so what we want to do is at least during football season, if anyone can make it, we're just going to make this a weekly thing. We'll just talk. They'll be shorter, I would think, because you're not covering quite as much.
Yep.
But Wednesdays at 9. If you can't be here, that's fine. No big deal. Actually, yeah, you can't be here. No big deal. No problem. We'll go from there. But recap the Bills game, talk about it, talk what else is going on in the world, so to speak, whatever bullshit we want. We'll kind of go from there if that's cool with everybody. So
Good with me.
yeah,
Yep.
Zero pressure. If you're traveling, I travel obviously for work as well.
Yeah, the 23rd, I'll be in Minnesota. Getting sent to Wisconsin and Minnesota in like 2 weeks. So
Nice.
fly out Sunday the 20th and fly into Wisconsin. I think, I don't remember exactly where in Wisconsin. I'm going to go be Madison, and then I'll be in Minnesota, and I think the 23rd I will be
Say
in
Minnesota again.
Yeah, I'll be like Minneapolis, or no, I'll be in Brainerd, Minnesota. I'll be
Conway,
staying the night in
Minneapolis,
Brainerd,
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Sick. Well, you can
Yeah,
either show us the inside of your Hampton Inn or for free, whatever you want to do.
There's actually no Hilton hotels in Brainerd or Baxter, Minnesota. So
brother, you'll be at the Red
there's a
Roof.
Days Inn by Wyndham that night in Brainerd. I'm actually flying from Minneapolis to Brainerd. It's like a 2.5-hour drive, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not doing that at 6:30. I'll take $100 flight from Minneapolis to Brainerd.
I'll get Goose a shirt. That was Brainer. Here. Oh, I fucking love it. That's great. Well, for those of you who stuck around, I appreciate it. Thanks much. We'll catch you guys next time.
See you guys.